Hey everybody, this is Dan from Mechanical Malarkey. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the rear bearing and hub assembly on a 2013 to 2017 Honda Accord. These are the tools you'll need to change your rear wheel bearing. You'll need a ratchet, 12mm and 17mm sockets, 17mm wrench, an impact driver if you have rotor screws, hammer, and you might need a 10mm socket and ratchet. Lift the car and put it on jack stands and remove the wheel for the bearing you're going to replace. First, you need to start with removing the brakes. Start by removing the caliper. There are 2 bolts. Stock size is 12mm, but aftermarket calipers often have something different, like 14mm. To get more free play to move the caliper around, you can remove the bolt holding the hose right here. You can also remove the bolt holding the parking brake cable onto the knuckle. They are both 12mm. Then remove the caliper. Then just move it out of the way. You don't have to remove the brake pads from the caliper bracket. You can if you want to. This would also be a good time to clean and lubricate them. Then remove the caliper bracket from the knuckle with 2 17mm bolts. Now remove the rotor. If you have rotor screws, remove those with an impact driver. You might need a hammer to get the rotor to come free. If you do, only hit on here, not on the braking surface. Now there are 4 bolts holding the bearing onto the knuckle. They come in from the back side. This is what they look like from the front side. And this is what it looks like from the back side. You can easily see the 4 bolts. They are 17mm bolts. So now remove all of those. When they're rusty, it can take a bit of force. So now that all the bolts are out, you need to remove the wheel hub bearing unit from the knuckle. Problem is, this is steel, the knuckle is aluminum. That means that it is probably corroded into there, and it'll take a lot of work with a hammer to get it loose. If you have access to an air hammer, it can help to just hammer it straight out like this. It's hard to swing a regular hammer in here though. It can also help to rotate the assembly inside the knuckle a little by hammering on where the bolts come through. That's again easier with an air hammer. It can also be helpful to get access in there. If you remove the splash shield, there's 3 10mm bolts holding that on. But I can see this is already starting to come loose with just the hammer, so I'm going to keep doing that. You can't fully remove this because of this section here, unless you cut that off, but you can at least spin it around and get access to hit on a different side. Be careful not to hit the knuckle because you can snap this right off. Just keep alternating sides till you work it all the way out. Getting close. Maybe damage this a little bit, but that's not too bad, that's fine. Now I want to clean up some of this corrosion before we put the new one in. You do this in multiple ways. You use a grinder with a grinding pad, use a wire wheel or a wire brush, or maybe just some sandpaper. Just be careful where the wheel speed sensor comes through up here. It can be hard to get in the little cracks if you're just using sandpaper. I'd say that's good enough. If you took the shield off, put it on before you install the new bearing. Otherwise you won't be able to get it on unless you cut this section out. Now take your new hub and bearing assembly, and it'd be good to put some lubricant around this for sliding in here, especially with all that corrosion. This one's already pretty oily straight out of the box. So line it up with a hole, slide it in, and try to line up the bolt holes. You can give it a little tap just to help it get in there. Just very carefully and gently. And then put the bolts in. Definitely recommend getting them all started before you start tightening any of them very far, just to make sure everything's lined up. And then tighten them all in. I recommend going back and forth in a star pattern if it needs to be drawn in. And fully tighten them. Once it's fully drawn into place, tighten them fully. I'll put the torque specs on the screen. Reinstall the brake rotor. I always see people say these screws are pointless, but it keeps it from doing that without having to put a lug nut on there. Install the brake caliper bracket. Reinstall the brake pads. And install the caliper. And if you remove them, don't forget the brake hose bolt and the parking brake cable bolt. Now just put the wheel on and you're done. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media on Facebook and Instagram, and read the blog at mechanicalmalarkey.com. Thanks for watching.